the nanny's son, in order to celebrate his birthday, casually cooked the family dog. At this point, no one knew they had just caused a huge disaster. This dog was the beloved pet of a rich young lady, and it held significant meaning for her. 3 years ago, the rich young lady's father passed away from illness, and before he died, he gave her a pet dog as a keepsake. After her father's death, her mother flew abroad to handle business, leaving only the rich young lady and the dog at home. Whenever the young lady missed her father, she would talk to the dog to ease her sorrow. Her mother, worried that the young lady might feel lonely living in the villa, hired a nanny to take care of her. On the surface, the nanny seemed kind-hearted, but in reality, she was a bad person. She disliked the dog barking, as it disturbed her TV time, so she would secretly beat the dog whenever the young lady went to school. The young lady, feeling sympathetic because the nanny was from her mother's hometown, never confronted her. But then, one day, the young lady returned home from school, and suddenly noticed the clothes of a strange man on the sofa. She immediately questioned the nanny about who had been in the house. The nanny stuttered and explained that her son had just come to the city, had no place to stay, and was borrowing the villa for a few days. Before the young lady could get angry, the nanny's son came out of the bathroom. Seeing the towel in his hand, the young lady was instantly furious, demanding to know why he had used her things. Unexpectedly, the nanny blamed the young lady for being petty. Looking at the disgusting mother and son, the rich young lady was so angry that she couldn't say anything. The nanny's son, thinking the young lady was interested in him because of his good looks, started to harass her. Unable to tolerate this any longer, the young lady ordered the nanny to get out of her house. But the nanny, relying on the fact that she was from the same hometown as the lady's mother, disregarded the young lady completely. In a fit of anger, the young lady called her mother to complain. However, her mother, busy with business negotiations, thought the young lady was just throwing a tantrum again, and hung up the phone before the young lady could explain. To avoid worrying her mother, the young lady had to swallow her anger. She warned the nanny that her son had to leave the villa the next day, or she would have no choice but to sever ties with her. That night, the young lady noticed the dog wasn't feeling well, so she rushed out to buy medicine for it. But as soon as she left, the nanny's son brought his friends to the villa. To impress them, he lied and said he was the young master of a wealthy family, and the nanny, to play along with her son, invited his classmates over for a visit. Upon seeing the villa's luxurious decoration, the classmates were all shocked. The school beauty, once cold and distant, became suddenly very warm towards the nanny's son. Since the classmates arrived unexpectedly, the nanny didn't have time to buy ingredients. In a panic, the nanny decided to cook the rich young lady's pet dog, so her son could maintain his young master image. When the young lady returned home, she saw the nanny hosting her friends for hot pot. At first, she didn't say anything, but as she was about to go upstairs, she found dog hair in the trash can.